What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Tuesday, August 25th edition of Trender Trap. I'm Dan Karpuc, as always, here for TrendsCenter. We have another exciting episode for you. Not only am I going to discuss two MLB games, including what I'm going to label as my favorite play of the entire MLB season, but we are also going to touch on a Week 1 college football game as well as we head into Week 0. So with all that being said, let's start off with the Brewers at the Mets. This is not what I'm going to label as the bet of the year, just so you know. That's going to come up next, so stay tuned for that. Kyle Harrison, 10-3 with a 2.84 ERA versus Zach Thornton, 3-4 with a 3.04 ERA. Since April 13th, the Brewers have gone 14-1 on the money line. That's 93.33% for 12.72 units, 54.08% ROI, as favorites against NL opponents with an over-under of 7.5. So is this a trend with the Brewers minus 160 or a trap with the Mets plus 135? This is a trend to tail. Kyle Harrison has an 85th percentile pitching run value per Baseball Savant and also holds an 84th percentile xERA and 74th percentile xBA, thus validating how great he's been all year with a 92nd percentile strikeout rate, 78th percentile whiff rate, and 71st percentile chase rate to go along with an 80th percentile walk rate. He's limited hard contact as well and established himself as an elite frontline starter. Meanwhile, Zach Thornton is due for some negative regression. He holds a 4.85 xERA, that's 18th percentile, 269 xBA, that's 13th percentile, and also gives up a lot of hard contact, 21st percentile barrel rate, 31st percentile hard hit rate, with little ability to miss bats with strikeouts, and just the 18th percentile K rate. The Brewers are 10 games above 500 on the road this season, while the Mets are 5 games below 500 at home. I'm going to back the Brew Crew and the 14-1 trend, and even if this isn't a single bet for you based on the juice, it's one of the better two-leg parlay legs of the slate, in my opinion. Now, without further ado, heading into my favorite bet so far of the entire MLB season, it is in the Guardians at Angels game. Gavin Williams, 12-7 with a 3.72 ERA versus Walbert Urania, 8-9 with a 2.80 ERA. Per TrendsCenter, in Gavin Williams' career, the Guardians have gone 16-5 to the under. That's 76.19%, plus 10.5 units, 45.45% ROI in road games after he gave up 2 or more earned runs in his previous start. So is this a trend with under 7.5 runs or a trap with over 7.5 runs? This is a trend to tail with the under 7.5 runs. So Williams has recorded 6 double-digit strikeout performances in his last 8 starts, including his last time out against the Giants, in which he allowed 2 earned runs to therefore activate this trend. Although he allows a scary amount of hard contact, and that's been one of the reasons why I've been off and on him all season long, the righty has been able to get by with elite swing and miss stuff, including a 97th percentile strikeout rate, 89th percentile whiff rate, and 81st percentile chase rate. This Angels lineup doesn't hit the ball hard. They have a low hard hit rate, low average exit velo, and there's a lot of upside once again for Williams in this one. Los Angeles also has scored the lowest amount of runs per game at home this season at 3.57. Urania has been one of the bright spots for the Halos this season, holding an 85th percentile pitching run value. He has a 79th percentile xERA at 3.32 and 90th percentile xBA at just 200. And his mix of changeups, sinkers, four-seamers, and sweepers has resulted in a 90th percentile ground ball rate, 84th percentile barrel rate, and 79th percentile hard hit rate, among other impressive advanced numbers. Something really interesting that stands out with his profile of pitches, he actually throws 33% changeups. That's his most frequent pitch, followed by sinkers at 29%, which is very, very interesting. and should actually keep this Guardians lineup that has been really inconsistent and pretty bad, really off balance all night. The Guardians have actually scored the second lowest amount of runs on the road per game this season at just 3.95. So I think that both of these pitchers are going to come out dealing in this one. Both of these offenses have been really bad in this exact situation all season long. And I think under 7.5 is just sticking out to me. And this is the first thing I circled, and it's just validating everything that I look up about this pitching matchup, about this game entirely in this situation, is really just pointing towards the under. So I'm going to label this as my bet of the entire season, believe it or not, on April 25th. Or August 25th, I should say. So pretty crazy stuff here. I'm going to, as always, devote 1 unit to it because that's what the responsible bettor does. But I think that this is a absolutely fantastic bet to make. Finally, heading into week 1, this is the Saturday, September 5th slate, so not week 0. We have Furman at number 20, Tennessee. Per TrendsCenter, since 2019 in week 1, games with an over-under of 63 or more, so big over-unders here, have gone 56, 23, and 2 to the under, 70.89% for 30.7 units of profit, 34.46% ROI. So is this a trend with under 66.5 or a trap with over 66.5? I think that this is another trend to tail here. So true freshman Faison Brandon just won the starting quarterback job at Tennessee, and he's going to join 8 returning starters from Josh Heupel's 8-5 squad from last year on the offensive end, I should say, those returning starters. So a lot of experience alongside of the true freshman. UT isn't projected to be one of the top teams in the SEC, but they do have a ton of talent all around the field. This one shouldn't be close whatsoever. However, with a true freshman under center, we could see some jitters here, even against an FCS opponent like Furman, who does have an experienced roster, which is something to consider in this one as well. Former Michigan quarterback, transfer Jake Garcia, won the starting quarterback job at Furman, and they're going to have an uphill battle against a revamped Volunteers defense led by new defensive coordinator Jim Knowles. His scheme features plenty of disguised coverages. They're going to have a whole bunch of advantages all over the field, as you might expect, especially in the trenches here. And they just got some key transfer additions as well. It's going to be difficult for Furman to put up points with any consistency whatsoever in this one. So overall, I'm going to trust this trend and go with under 66.5 points. I just think it's a tad bit too high. And as we've seen over the years here, as far as this trend is concerned, since 2019, a 70.89% hit rate on the under. So this is one of those ones where, with all the moving parts of week 1 and all the different teams that players are playing on, all the transfer portal stuff, I like to look at a multi-year system in this spot, and this is one of the ones that I think really stands out to me. So I'm going to go with the under 66.5 points for Furman at Tennessee. And if you made it this far, as always, thank you so much for all the support. This is episode 99 of Trender Trap, so be on the lookout for the 100th episode tomorrow. Thank you so much if you've been here from the beginning, and if you've made your way somewhere in the middle, or if you're just discovering us for the first time. Definitely check out TrendsCenter. Open up the app. I use it every single day. It's made me a better, and hopefully it's making you a more informed better as well. So open up TrendsCenter. We have an awesome promo going on right now. I'm not going to give it away right on here, but I'll just say that ahead of week 0. So definitely do that. Download it for free in the App Store or Google Play, and I will be right back here with the 100th episode of Trender Trap tomorrow.